Have you ever silently wondered which Disney movie is the best one? Have you ever asked yourself, what is Back to the Future trying to tell us? Or, why is Ariel such a brat? Do you like to overanalyze media too? Have I got a show for you? I'm not your normal guy, and this is what I do. Consider subscribing and share with other people who are not normal too. I'll watch for you in the comments section. Welcome back. Previously in my not-so-normal life, I struggled to stay awake during Fantasia. So let's judge it. Storyline. This movie has no storyline, at least no cohesive one. It was part of a series that was meant to feel like the movie theater equivalent to an orchestral concert. Overall, it was an expensive endeavor, and the lack of story structure is pretty miserable in my opinion. There are a couple of highlights. Bald Mountain and The Rite of Spring are both decent storylines that actually keep me awake, and, of course, The Sorcerer's Apprentice is one of my favorites. But when all you can do is hope that a movie keeps you awake, you know the storylines are not engaging, and it's a chore for me to stay awake through this movie. Because of this, Fantasia receives last place for storyline. Music. The music is beautiful, of course, but all the music in the last 3 films has been gorgeous. I would not say it's particularly more enthralling than in any of the last 3 movies. It's fun to see how the animation has to reflect what the music is doing instead of supporting the narrative. It is an interesting experiment. However, this is also the movie's biggest weakness. Without a storyline to support, the music feels as though it lacks purpose. The lack of storyline or compelling reason to stay engaged means it often feels shoehorned in, which is the opposite of Disney's intent. Because of this, I place Fantasia in last place for music. Animation. The animation is varied for this production, and it's a mixed bag. There are a couple of moments that are fun and pleasing to watch, a couple of moments that even seem daring for Disney in the 1940s. This movie is definitely a piece of art, and I like it when it steps out of Disney's normal mold, but those moments are few and far between. There are times when the animation is just normal or absolutely insufferable. I told you there's nothing about that piece that I liked. It's a mixed bag, but I view it mostly positively. Even the most insufferable pieces aren't because of the direct animation. The direct animation is decent, but the way the animation is used and positioned is just so annoying. So I'm going to place this piece right under Pinocchio. Fantasia receives second place for animation. Character. It is amazing what animation can do without words for character development, but this piece just doesn't do it. Actually, had the animation for this movie been like a silent film or a narrative without words, I might have liked the movie much better. As it stands, no characters are truly developed by nature of the shortness of the films. There is the sorcerer and Mickey, who each have little moments of emotion, but none of these amounts to a well-defined character. They only amount to a certain figure having a bout of anger or irresponsibility. Fantasia is in last place on character also. Technology. Disney created Fantasound and implemented additional speakers and basically surround sound for several limited theaters across the country. This was a new innovation and experimentation. However, it also caused the cost of the project to be higher for Disney. There was also the use of people for reference shots in animation and a limited use of the multiplane camera. If you want a more comprehensive view on this, check out Joe the Disney Guy's videos in the links below. He has comprehensive history videos of Disney's most historic films. Because Disney did branch off into a new technology, albeit a technology that didn't really seem to take off, Fantasia received second place for technology also. Overall, I'll be honest, this movie was difficult for me to get through, to say the least. Probably not the worst, but certainly not my favorite Disney movie of all time. And it makes me really scared for the wartime shorts section that we're going to come into next. But Fantasia still was a well done experimental film. I'm not sure the experiment was successful, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. Averaged together, Fantasia receives third place so far. Do you love Fantasia and disagree with me vehemently? Is there a section that you love that I really didn't care for? Or is my experience yours? Let me know in the comments below.